What's up everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. Today we're looking at the top 5 kids who should be banned from the internet. So have you ever played a video game, or maybe were scrolling through like YouTube and just saw something so dumb that it made you wonder if it was even real? Well, I definitely have, so I thought I'd make this hilarious video showing off some kids who, well, really shouldn't be on the internet. With that said, leave a like on the video right now and I'll mail you some mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving tomorrow. Literally, I just went to the store and bought 40,000 different potatoes, so you guys know what to do. But with that said, let's get right into it. Number 5. So we don't actually know what this guy is saying, so it's hard to know exactly what he's angry about, but apart from that, this situation is recognizable no matter what language you speak. I mean, it starts out with the kid just sitting at his computer and yelling into his headset, but pretty soon he's slamming his mouse down on the table over and over again. It doesn't stop there either, because as soon as that stops being enough, he kicks everything into really high gear. That's right, he throws his mouse against the wall, smashes his headset, and even tries to start breaking his keyboard on the side of the table. And when that doesn't work, he just rips it out of the computer completely and then finally turns off the screen. Honestly, at this point, I was just expecting him to pick it up and maybe throw it on the ground, but the poor dude goes so much further. Like, he ends up throwing the whole monitor out of his window and onto the street, and even after that, he's still angry enough to attack whoever's behind the camera. Ouch.
Szmato jebana suko pierdolona. O kurwa, kurwa mać! Co? Chuj z tym!
Co to odpierdalasz?
Gówno cię to obchodzi! Śmieciu, jebany! Kurwa mać! Wypierdalaj stąd! Wypierdalaj stąd!
Number 4. So all kids do stupid things, especially when they're just becoming a teenager, but I don't think anyone watching this has ever come close to this kid's level of screw up. I mean, this guy is 13, but he still somehow managed to steal his dad's credit card, and then he took himself and his friends on the most epic night of their lives. I'm not even joking, they went on a shopping spree that ended up costing around $30,000, then settled into a hotel with an Xbox, a ton of junk food, and a couple of ladies they hired for the night. In fact, it was actually the girls who ended up calling the cops when they realized the kids were a little bit more interested in playing Halo than actually paying attention to them. So yeah, obviously the whole thing is super irresponsible and the kid is probably grounded for life at this point, but I'm guessing his friends still think he's a hero. After all, they did have what was probably the best night of their lives, and even though they'll probably realize it was wrong in a few years, I'm guessing they don't regret any of it one bit.
It may be Monday night, but I think I found my hero of the week. He stole his dad's credit cards, he took his friends on a $30,000 shopping spree, and he ordered 2 hookers from an escort agency, whom he then invited to play Halo in a nearby hotel. And he's only 13. The hotel clerk called the cops on this young Ralph Hardy, and when they arrived, they found $3 grand, a pile of junk food, and an Xbox with games, along with the 2 hookers. The girls were eventually released. They told the arresting officers something was up when the kids preferred playing Xbox instead of playing. There's so many slatterns everywhere. Not you, Janine. You are an anti-slattern. Now, this teen was convicted of fraud and given 3-year community service. Was that just?
Number 3. Okay, so starting this clip off makes me want to create a huge proposition for the internet. If you don't know that people from England and people from the US speak the same language, well, you probably shouldn't be able to post videos online for millions of people to see. Like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen this, but if you haven't, well, I guess I'm kinda sorry for showing it to you. Like, I wish I could break down all the extremely bad things she says, but when I say there's just too much, there's just too much. Anyways, right after you watch this, I want you to go down in the comments and let me know what you think the dumbest thing she says in the video is. Because her thinking England is close to the planet Jupiter definitely made me lose a couple brain cells, not gonna lie.
Hey everyone, so I was chatting on AIM with this guy. Supposedly he was from England, and I speak fluent American, so there's a bit of a language barrier, but he knew really good English. Ow, stop biting my toe. So, I was talking to him about, like, this game I wanted, because I was hoping he'd buy it for me, and it was the Sims 3 Generations, and I really wanted that expansion pack for my Sims game, and he said supposedly he wanted it too. And, I'm like, well, why don't you get it? And he's like, because it's too much. I'm like, well, how much is it? He's like, it's 15 pounds. So apparently there's a bit of a language barrier there, because I asked him how much it costs, not how much it weighs. So a bit of a language barrier. We went over the jump But the thing I'm wondering is, why does it weigh so much? That's what's confusing to me.
Number 2. So this is a super quick clip, but the best thing about it is that even though it's only a few seconds long, you really do see everything you need to see. I mean, the guy is obviously fighting the other dude in the room on what looks like Counter-Strike, but I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, he's clearly not doing too well, because as soon as he loses, he starts smashing his fist on the table right away. In fact, I think he must have lost a few times before we actually saw him, because unless he's an insanely sore loser, his reaction is just a wee bit extreme. Like the dude he's playing with is just sat there calmly, but the loser straight up rips his computer out of the socket, opens the window, and throws it out. The whole thing only takes like a second, so he really couldn't have thought it through that much. But anyways, the right thing to do here is apologize and go look at the damage, right? Well, actually no. This guy decides the best thing to do is just jump out of the window and run away, so I think maybe a break from the internet is something he might need.
Ah, Headshot. It wasn't in.
Number 1. Now I understand getting mad if your team makes you lose a game. In fact, I even understand getting mad if you screw up and lose all on your own. But getting mad at something that you literally can't control, that seems a little crazy to me. Like all this kid has to deal with is his game not loading as fast as he wants it to. But instead of just like waiting patiently or doing something else while it sorts itself out, he decides to pull a full-on rage tantrum. I'm totally serious, he's like pushing things off his desk and punching his keyboard, and trust me, if he was speaking English, we'd probably have to bleep like maybe 50% of the words coming out of his mouth. It's insane. At one point, he's literally hyperventilating, but then switches to a weird happy dance as soon as the music starts. He even starts evil laughing when he finally gets to kill people, and starts chanting to himself that he doesn't need help. Personally though, I think he might need it a little bit, because the second he gets killed, he loses it completely and starts smashing his already beat up keyboard on the desk again.
Get up! Er geht nicht! Okay, ich werde fertig machen. Ich werde dich einfach fertig machen. Lass mich das, du Hurensohn! Ich werde dich fertig machen! Ja! Ich hab ihn umgebracht! Ja! Ich werde euch alle töten! Ja! Friss das, du Hurensohn! Ich werde dich fertig machen! Ich werde dich einfach abknallen! Mit Assault Rifle werde ich dich einfach abknallen! Oh, das war Hurensohn, schießt auf mich! Jetzt ein Hurensohn, schießt auf mich!
And there's our video on the top 5 kids who should be banned from the internet. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or tops an idea, feel free to use your extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.